I think one of the problems with overall cancer diagnosis is that people think straight away at that very point that this is the end and it's going to come to it's going to change our lives and we're going to be ruined or whatever like that. But we live in an age where things can be fixed, and there's drugs and there's techniques and there's therapies and all that sort of stuff that you can do to prolong life. So let's focus on that. If I was to advise someone, how do you deal with that diagnosis, is think, well, let's not be too concerned until we know all the facts.
This is all completely new to you. You've got to learn so much so quickly, and you've got to ask questions, because they won't know that you're getting mixed up about this and mixed up about that. They need to know that you are concerned about things.
I mean, I should think it's pretty obvious that you need to really talk it through yourselves. I think it's quite helpful to share with people outside of that too, like close friends. I've never felt with any sort of illness, especially mental illness, I've never felt that it should be a guarded secret. I just talked about it with family, the boys, the 3 boys knew pretty well straight away, and obviously on Maria's side, her 2 grown-up children, they knew straight away. Yeah. So we didn't. There was nothing clandestine about it.
It's funny because you become an expert after the fact. It's like renovating a house. You know everything once you've done it. And I still think now, even having gone through it, you still don't really know. And when people ask you, you think, well, how did I actually do that? How did I cope with that? I don't really know how I got through it. But something kicks in and you do. I think you need to share it with someone. I probably try and kept it to myself and thought, I can cope with this. But I think what helped was sharing it with someone at work, my manager, so that I could straight away sort of put into place support for me so that I could be the best person I could be to help someone. Because the longer that you leave it, the more difficult it becomes.
It's a lot to get your head around, I think, and your first thought is like, they're going to die, and how long do you have with them? And I think once you get over that initial shock, you can, just sort yourself out and think, okay, well, that's what it is and what can we do about it? I think it's really important to get in that frame of mind, because if you wallow in the what could be too quickly, it's not productive. I think you need to, let yourself feel it, but then pick yourself up and decide, well, what are we going to do about it, and sort your options out. I guess it's easy to say focus on today, not, 5 years down the track. But I think it is a really important one to keep in the back of your mind, and I always say to myself, focus on what the facts are, not what could be, because we always have said we could have wallowed in Tim's diagnosis and focused on how much time he had left, but then he could get hit by a bus tomorrow, and then we've wasted all this time worrying about how long we've got left and not enjoying life.